Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon, and we're going to talk about Adobe and it being very, very hard to cancel Adobe in 2025. Now, they're actually in the middle of a lawsuit, I guess. I don't know how this is going to end, but I know the FTC was taking action against them last year, and we still have a lot of users complaining about their price hike. And because of the price hike, they're trying to cancel, and they can't cancel very easily. You want to talk about a company that has fallen off. I mean, this company has not listened to the concerns of its customer base, and they are going all in chasing AI, which is okay, except for the fact that, they're marketing to creatives who will probably be put out of work because of AI, or at least have fewer job opportunities. So, you probably want to try to cater to them a little bit more, but I digress. The biggest problem I have with them currently is the pricing, the fact that you're locked into a subscription. I mean, I've been doing digital art for many, many years. And when I first started using Adobe, guess what? You bought a disc and you owned the software. You had your license, and then they tried to give us the excuse that they had to go to a subscription model because so many people were stealing Adobe, which probably is true to a certain extent, but really it was about monthly revenue, quarterly revenue. Because if your customers all buy a disc and then they don't buy the upgrade, well, you've got several years between upgrades. And I would go for several years. Like I'd buy CS1 and then not buy, CS2, Creative Suite. And I would go for several years. Sometimes I'd buy used copies on eBay of Adobe software, and you can't really do that anymore. And we're living in a subscription world, which I don't like. In fact, I'm going to take the opportunity again to tell you guys to go out, check out Affinity. It's a great alternative for now until they decide they're going to do subscriptions too. But it is a great alternative. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles that Photoshop has, but you don't have to worry about trying to cancel it, either. So we're going to talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Also go out to clownfishtv.substack.com if you're looking for notifications, if you're not getting them on YouTube. I know YouTube, it doesn't always give people notifications. So I'll start with this first, and I think this is kind of what brought it up. I know the pricing is changing this year, and Adobe's apparently doing a free Photoshop app for younger users. So Photoshop has unveiled a free mobile app for younger users. They're trying to get you hooked on Adobe, and then you have to start paying an ungodly amount of money every month. According to ZDNet, the free offering is a robust tool and includes access to many of their tools. Here's how to try it for free. This is what Adobe said. They said, "We're excited to bring the limitless creative possibilities of Photoshop to mobile, making the app's iconic image editing and design capabilities accessible for everyone, from professional artists and designers to a whole new generation of creators trying Photoshop for the first time." This is like a Costco sample, I think, of Photoshop. I'd be pissed. Actually, I kind of am pissed if you're giving Photoshop away for free, or at least a version of it, and you've been juicing people for years, monthly subscriptions. So actual Photoshop, like the real deal, is pretty pricey. Just Photoshop by itself, I think, is like $20. Let's see here. Yeah, this is come from Petapixel. I actually have a grandfathered in plan from years ago, which is the only reason I'm not canceling, because I have so many documents rather that need Adobe applications. And I haven't canceled because I'm getting a really good deal on it, right? I'm not paying very much. And I don't want to cancel because if I come back, I'm going to pay like 2 to 3 times what I'm paying now. Yeah, look at this. Monthly $82.49. Okay, with storage. Oh, there's some fine print here. Okay. Yeah, it's $54.99 if you pay for it all up front. Almost $700 a year. You have to drop $700 up front. Or you can go monthly. It's $82. $82 a month? If you'd rather pay monthly without being locked in for a year, the all apps plan will cost you $82.49 per month. If you're not subscribing as an individual but a business, you'll be charged a different rate. The business plan includes a terabyte of cloud storage versus 100 gig of storage for the individual. Adobe also offers discounts for students and teachers. Like I said, we have a grandfathered plan. I don't want to get rid of it. And it's the only reason I still give Adobe my money. But apparently, if you try to cancel it, and this is what's getting them in trouble, because they're hiding their fees. If you try to cancel, they charge you a cancellation fee. And I'm not sure if that's the $82 a month plan or whatever, but this is Tetsuo.ai, which is a gold check on X. Adobe, fuck you, you snakes. Who charges people for canceling a subscription? Early cancellation fee, $51.98. We'll end your plan on March 25th. And there's a whole thread, and I'm going to go out to this too. People were talking about like how damn hard it is to cancel Adobe. Adobe, do better. Going to get my money's worth. What they're doing is so wrong. It's sickening. How the hell are they getting away with this? Found a good replacement. Yes, Affinity. And we've talked about this before. Go out. We've done a couple of videos on Adobe. If you go out last year, I think we talked about it when there was all kinds of controversy about the AI and people wanting to cancel and the lawsuit and all that. Affinity is great. It really is. That being said, I don't think it's as intuitive as Photoshop, or it's just a case of I've been using Photoshop for so long. I know all the shortcuts and everything, and everything's kind of like backwards on Affinity, but it's a one-time purchase. And it's pretty good. It really is. Gnome and GIMP. You could also pirate Adobe. Can you? With the subscription? I don't know. Here's a whole list of Adobe alternatives. I think a lot of creatives are going to nope out. I think a lot of people are going to nope out because of just how ridiculous it is now. And they're trying to get people hooked with the app. That's funny. So this is 8 days ago on Reddit. How difficult is it to actually cancel Adobe? I bought 1 year of Adobe Suite for my son a couple of years ago. He barely used it, so I went to cancel, right? Well, you think you just cancel, right? I went through hell and back trying to get them to cancel. In any case, my son really wants to use Adobe Animate, but I'm hesitant because of one, the cost, and two, the attempt to cancel will be met with resistance. Since I know there's been a lawsuit due to their shady cancellation practices, has this process improved? No, apparently not. As of like today, it's still the same shit. Easy, just go on chat and tell them you lost your job. I did it Friday. I still had 5 months, so I upgraded to a different but similar price plan, waited 5 minutes, and they canceled. Pay a single month, then they refunded a day later, all done and dusted. How much? Okay, so that's interesting. Other people said no, they won't let you cancel. This person says, I used to pay, now I just use. I pay for a lot of other services with good practices. If a business tries to one-up and scam me, my money for them is gone forever. This person says the process has not improved, but the lawsuit everyone should follow because it's an interesting one. What could come of the outcome? A stinky ruling against Adobe could potentially force the company to immediately change its subscription services. Yeah, I think they bury it in the fine print. And other companies do this too. It's not just Adobe, but they know that people need Adobe products, I think, to make a living in some cases if you're creative. But I don't know of any other company. I mean, is there, like, if you go cancel Netflix, they tell you still have to pay $50, $60 to cancel your Netflix? No. And if you're going to go to a subscription model, then you need to abide, I believe, by the norms of a subscription, which is you cancel unless you agree to an installment plan. If that's what it is, if you're buying annual access on an installment plan and you're financing your leasing of their software, which is probably what they're going to try to argue, honestly, then maybe possibly. But you don't own anything. I mean, as soon as, it's like as soon as you stop paying, you don't get to use it anymore. It doesn't matter how much you pay for it. You can have forked over tens of thousands of dollars to Adobe over the last several years. And as soon as you cancel your subscription, you're out of luck. You're not using their products anymore, which I think is bullshit. This person said, I accidentally signed up for an annual plan, paid $22 monthly. I tried to cancel past the 14-day trial period, and they were going to charge me $110 to cancel it. So I changed to the cheapest $5 a month plan. $5 a month? What plan is that? I was refunded a prorated amount for the previous plan I was on. Then I canceled the $5 plan without any issue. Yeah, but you have to jump through hoops to do that, right? I stopped paying for their service or their online suite 14 months ago. It still works. They occasionally threaten to cancel my service. Yeah, how do you do that? People are like, how'd you do that? Because on ours, I can use 2 computers at once. And if I'm using one computer, then I move to another location and use my laptop or something, it's like, oh, you got to shut it off on this computer and use it on this computer. But yeah, this is why a lot of people were leaving last year. They said that they're keeping copies of your work files in their cloud, and then they were saying that they could train AI with it, and you're basically paying them to train their AI with your shit. I mean, that's, you know what I'm saying? If you can switch to Affinity, if it's plausible, I would highly recommend it until this thing gets sorted. And it's just, you know, it takes forever for these lawsuits to work their way through the courts. But yeah, apparently a lot of people pissed off. They're still having a hard time canceling their software, canceling their subscription. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Leave a comment. Gonna wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.